Good afternoon or morning, ladies and gentlemen, depending on which of my classes you are in. Welcome to Monday, ladies and gentlemen, May 13th. I am obviously not here today, but I am leaving you this video to explain to you what to do so the sub can play this for you. You can go about getting your things done, and when you're finished, well, then find something to work on. So what I need you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I need you to go into Google Classroom, and I need you to open up the atomic trends, tables, and graphs. And I need you to open up your EISN, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So when you open up the periodic table activities and trends, this is the activity we started last week, Thursday and Friday. Wednesday and Thursday. So you should have this table filled out. Up here, instead of your choices, it should have had boiling point or whatever your choice was. And then the unit is whatever the unit is from what we learned in ptable.com. You should have a different one here. This is melting point. If I could spell, that would be better, ladies and gentlemen. Again, in degrees. So, oops, sorry. Wrong key. All right. So then we had all of these graphs down at the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. Now you were supposed to take all of your graphs and put titles on them. You were supposed to take all of your graphs and put the elements on the bottom. That's what went on the x-axis of all of them. What I mean all of them, I'm talking about all of these different graphs: atomic mass, atomic number, valence electrons, your choice 1 and your choice 2. Elements should be on the bottom of all of those. On the y-axis is what the name of the tab is. So this is atomic radius, PM is picometer, and then give your graph a title. Now to do this again, ladies and gentlemen, you go to Edit Chart, Customize, Chart and Axis Titles. And here you can scroll through the different kinds. The chart title, the horizontal or the vertical axis. And in this box, you can type in whatever you want your title to be. And it will change it up here when you are done. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is when you do these, finish them all up. And now today, and we may have started this on Thursday, I don't know, it depends on how far we got. Now we're going to take and put them into our EISN. So on slide number 3 or page 3, we're going to put the atomic number graph. That is the one that's going to go on slide number 3. Okay. Okay. Yep. I'm just double checking how I have them. So here's what you're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to go insert chart from spreadsheet. Now this will take you to the spreadsheet that you were just working on, ladies and gentlemen. You click on it and you actually double click on it. Now, these are your tables, ladies and gentlemen, the ones that you should have titles on and everything. Mine do not have all their titles on here because I did not finish them up. You should have. So the first one that we're going to do is the one that is the atomic number. Okay? So now yours will be labeled by your title. What do you want your title to be? This is the one that is atomic number. So I'm going to take and I am going to, nope, that's the atomic mass. This is the atomic number one here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to click on it, highlight it, and then I'm going to import it. And it is now a linked chart, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, a linked chart. So you need to go through and you need to put in all the charts for each of the graphs. So insert, take chart from sheets, select the one that is at the top. This is going to be the one for here because that's going to be the atomic mass. And if you want to move it or center it, you can. This is the atomic radius. Insert, chart from sheets, Same file again. Double click on it. There's my graph for this. So you're going to go through and you're going to put in all of your graphs, all of them. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. You're going to put them all in, ladies and gentlemen, into your EISN on the appropriate page. Now, once you do that, ladies and gentlemen, here is our next job. These first 3 points here are all elements that are in the same period. Okay? The same period. These next 3 are in the same period. These next 3 are in the same period. Then the first, the fourth, and the seventh are in the same family. The second, the fifth, and the eighth are in the same family. And finally, the third, sixth, and ninth. So that is what these shapes at the top here are for. Now, before you do anything, ladies and gentlemen, you need to right-click on your graph. And under order, you need to send it to the back. What that does is that makes this the bottom thing so that when I drag these shapes on it, these shapes will be on top. If you drag a shape onto it and your shape disappears, you right-click on your graph, you hit order, and you hit send to back. And then the circle or whatever shape you just dragged onto there should appear. Okay? Now what I'm doing with these big ovals, ladies and gentlemen, is I am going to circle the trends within the same period. That means I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to circle these 3 dots with it. Now, the handle up at the top here allows me to change the way it is orientated. And then changing the box allows me to get it around those 3. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to circle those 3. Then I'm going to bring another one of these down. And I click on it. And with that arrow that is 4-headed, I drag it. I go up to the handle on the top and I rotate it so that it looks like I'm going to be able to get all of the dots in there. And now I change the size of my box, my shape, to get all 3 dots in there. Okay? So the last one, I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to spin it. I'm going to move it if I need to. And I'm going to highlight all 3. Oops, I accidentally moved it instead of made it bigger. I'm going to get all 3 of those in there. This is showing me the trend that is happening within a period. Okay? So as we go across the period, these dots are going down. These dots are going down. These dots are going down. So we can say on the next slide, when it says what happens to the trend as you move across a period, oops, what happened there? Oop, I was on this one. Here we go. As we go across a period, that this trend is going down. It's going down. So in here, we're going to type in that the trend is decreasing. Okay? Now, these are up here to identify the members that are in the same family. So it doesn't matter which color you pick. I'm going to start with the red. And I'm going to put it around the very first point, the first element. Then I'm going to take the second one and I'm going to put it over the 4th element. And then I'm going to take the next red one and I'm going to put it over the 7th element. Okay? So I did 1, 4, and 7. Now I'm going to take these circles and I'm going to drag them and I'm going to put them on the 2nd, on the 5th, and on the 8th. These, the ones that are in the red, are all in the same family. The ones that are in the ovals are all in the same families. I'm going to take these green pentagons and put them on the 3rd, the 9th, and the 6th. And I'm sorry, I reversed that. This is the 6th. This is the 9th. And I'm going to highlight those. And this is going to allow me to see what happens to the trend within a family. Now, these went down, and these went down within the period. If they're not doing that, you have two other choices. The trend is that they're either going down, the trend is that they're going up, or the trend is that there is no trend. Since all three of these dots are going down here, here, and here, that's why when I go to this slide, I can put down here that it is decreasing, because that's what's actually happening. But now I'm going to look at what happens to within a family, and that's the red squares. Well, those red squares are going up. So are these blue ovals, and so are these green pentagons. So while the trend for the across the period is decreasing, the trend for across the family is increasing. Okay? So this is what you're going to work on today. We might have got to part of this on last week, Thursday. We may not have. But this is what you're going to do today. So you are going to take and you are going to put your graphs into the EISN. Then you're going to take these ovals, and again, I'm going to put them around the first 3 points. Here's the first 3 points. Now I have to turn it a little bit and make it a little bigger, but there it is around the first 3 points. Then I'm going to take this one. Oops, what did I forget, ladies and gentlemen? Right click on the graph. Somewhere on the graph, right click, order. Send it back. Boom, there it appeared. That's why I lost it, because I hadn't sent this to the back first. If you don't send it to the back, you're going to lose it. All right, there's points for the next 3 points. There, there, and there. For the next 3, we got these 2. We got one more, and I'm going to turn this a little and get it so that it is on those 3. You got to do the best you can with this, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now we know what's happening as we go across a period, because that's what these ovals represent. Now, if you're having trouble here because there are no dots on this line, go back into your graph. Okay, and you can click on Edit Chart, Customize, and then you can click on, I think it's Series. Here's the line color. Here's the point size. Okay, the point size is none. That's why you're not seeing anything. You can make it as big as you want. You can make a triangle. You can make a square. You can make a circle. You can make bigger dots if you want. And now when you go back into your EISN, ladies and gentlemen, where you see this update button, if you hit it, there, now your circles are in there for you. So again, if you need to change this, you are welcome to. You are welcome to help each other in class do this, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what you need to get done today. So now I'm going to take these red boxes, put one on the first, one on the 4th, and one on the 7th dot. These ovals I'm going to put on the 2nd, 5th, and 8th dot. And then the pentagons on the 3rd, 6th, and 9th. All these are doing, ladies and gentlemen, is making it clearer to see the ones that I'm comparing. I am comparing the red boxes, the ovals, and the green pentagons. So that on this next slide, I can say what's happening as you go down a family, or what's happening as you go across a period. Please remember, the ovals, the big ovals, represent what's happening as you go across a period. The red boxes, what happens as you go down a family, the ovals down a family, and the pentagons as you go down a family. Now we're doing this with 3 different sets. Why? Maybe a trend that happens in one family doesn't happen in the others, and that's not really a trend. But I can look at these and I can say, all right, the red dots, the ones with the red boxes around them, they're going up. The ones with the ovals around it are going up. The ones with the green pentagons are going up. I can tell what is happening to this trend. And that is what I write down here. Down here, you're going to write either increasing or decreasing. That's it. So this is what you're going to be working on today. This is what you need to get done. You need to do this for all of the different graphs that you have. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you go into a graph and there are no dots on it, like here, if you click on the line, double click on the line, you can add the points by changing that here under Customize and under Series. You could change the size of the points. You could change this. You could make them a different color if you wanted. So that even though the line is here, you want to see those points. So we see the first 3 points, the second 3 points, and the third. Now you'll notice there's not 9 points here. Why? Because in my choice for the data here, there was one that was not available. So therefore there is not a point there. So there is not a 9th point. So you'll put an oval around the first 3, an oval around the next 3, and an oval around the last 2. Now, when you look at it, what's happening to your trends? So what I need you to do in class today, ladies and gentlemen, is get your graphs set and ready to go so that on tomorrow, Tuesday, when I return, we can look at this and we can get through these trends more quickly and easily, ladies and gentlemen. So that is what I have instructed the sub to have you do today. That is what you are going to work on, getting caught up on this. If you have questions, you need to rely on each other for help, okay? Because again, I appreciate Mr. Whitmire being in class and subbing for us. I think that's who's subbing for us today. But this is not his wheelhouse of things that he may or may not be good at. So if he can't help you, you're going to have to rely on each other for help, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Get this done. I will be back in class tomorrow. You have yourselves a great day, and we will see you tomorrow when I return, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.